What's up YouTube? Welcome back to Watchthekettle. Today we have a new pickup. I am picking up the Datejust for the one with the Fluted Bezel, Jubilee Bracelet, 2026 brand new release, Green Ombré Dial. Now today's a day I genuinely wasn't expecting to come this quickly. Fair enough, it's June, it's my birthday month. I tend to get a watch from my AD around this time. But I put my name down for this watch just 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago. I put my name down for this new 2026 Rolex release, and I knew the demand would be high, but I was hopeful. And 3 weeks later, I was fully prepared for as much offer. I was definitely prepared for a much longer wait, maybe a few months. Then I got a call. So today, heading to the Authorized dealer to get this watch and finally see it in person. Walking to the showroom as usual, definitely a sense of excitement. Something special about collecting a new Rolex never gets old. Champagne as usual. I waited quite a while for the watch to come out the back. Actually, I think we had like went through 2 glasses of champagnes before the watch came out. I guess sometimes the 80s are quite busy with these new releases coming out, and loads of appointments were being booked. But nevertheless, I would say the releases this year I was quite disappointed, but I'm quite happy at the same time about this green dial. I think that was my favorite. Right here, wrist check, I'm wearing the OP41 flat green. Really love this watch. For the summer, for Christmas green, it does the job. And then finally, so because I waited quite a bit, maybe because it's my birthday, I believe, and they're really nice people over here at Lakeside Goldsmiths UK. Check them out. I was given some birthday presents, which was quite surprising, and I was actually very excited about this. The thing about Rolex gifts is that it's very hard to get, in terms of you can't just buy them online, they have to be gifted to you. So when I do get these kind of gifts, I'm actually really excited, especially picking up the watch, you know, few days to my birthday. So that was quite exciting. And drum roll for the unveiling of the watch. It's always an exciting time in the AD when they do this dramatical appearance. You know, if it's your first time, you're very excited, but you know, luckily I've had a few, and voila, it's always a good feeling, you know, presenting the watch to you. Happy birthday. Yeah, although it's not free, but you know, it's always a good feeling. And the first thing that struck my eye right there is seeing a Datejust for the one, fresh, brand new, is always exciting. It's just so shiny. Yes, I have the Datejust Wimbledon, but I mean, I've had that since 5-6 years now, so obviously it's not as shiny anymore. Might need a repolish, maybe not. But seeing a brand new Datejust fresh out the factory, it's always exciting, and it's very shiny than you can imagine, with that Jubilee bracelet dangling around the lights and the fluted bezel as well reflecting. So with the Datejust, the fluted bezel is actually white gold, but the dome bezel is steel. So over here we have a combination of Jubilee bracelet, which is in steel, and white gold, which is the fluted bezel. And beautiful watch, as we can see here. The sales assistant actually pointed out something quite interesting. So he called this new Green Ombré Dial the mirror green, so the Rolex showroom mirror green. And then he called the OP41 flat dial that I wore into the store the sofa green, the Rolex sofa green, which is quite an interesting one. I said he should put that in the sales speech book to tell customers, because yeah, he does have a point, because there's so many shades of green in the Rolex showroom, and I guess they're taking advantage and putting most of those in the dials. Standard stuff that comes in the box, swing tag, you know, warranty card, and these are quite valuable, because if you lose one of the cards and you want to sell the watch in the future, you might have a discrepancy of maybe 500 or £1,000. But if you have it at the same time, yes, you might get the full value of whatever the grey market price it would be at that point in time. Now it's time for the free stuff. So I was quite excited about this. This is the cologne or perfume, whatever you like to call it, as a gift. So I think it's free colognes in there. So watch out for the unboxing. And just comparing that Datejust on the right to the OP on the left, you can see a big difference. If you like a flatter color, I love the OP on the left. It's just so nice when I'm in all black. Lovely watch. But on the right, completely different watch. Datejust, fluted bezel, Jubilee bracelet, fancy dial, Green Ombré, you know, R markers, classic simple watch. You know, I think Rolex actually does an ombre in the Day-Date, which is quite different. We'll compare that later on in close-up videos. But this is beautiful. This is really beautiful. I'm quite happy with it as well. So put in the comment, guys, what would you prefer? Would you prefer the OP or would you prefer the Datejust? If you had to select from one of these grain steel models, you have a sports model on the right and you have a dress model on the left. I think I have a thing for Rolex greens now, as green is kind of my favorite color nowadays. And when you get a watch from an authorized dealer at retail, they have to take out the stickers just so that people don't sell it in the black market for a bit more premium. So instead of giving them the watch to take out the stickers, I like to take out the stickers myself, because yeah, if I'm paying for a watch, I like to unbox the watch fully myself. I do understand Rolex and their policies, but yes, I'd rather take out the stickers myself, which I'm doing right here. And just to show you how serious they are, you know, he had to also take the watch back from me to inspect that all stickers has been taken and show me stickers I've actually missed and get me to actually de-sticker it. So yeah, Rolex is quite serious about the sticker business. And the thing about this Green Ombré Dial is that in the sunlight it looks black, and then when you're in a bit more of an indoor setting, the ombre green starts coming out, and it's so beautiful. So it's something very versatile. It's not one of those green watches you could be a bit scared that you can't wear it with other clothes in, or it's gonna be a bit of color right. No, I think you can wear it with anything, especially the fact that it's an ombre, giving that black look depending on how the light hits on it. So that is quite a very reassuring statement if anyone actually wanted to have this as a daily piece or a one watch collection. Okay, back in the studio, champagne's in the fridge, and right here we have the watch and we have the fragrances. So I think what we have here is an eau de parfum. We have 3 times 15 mils here, and yeah, what can I say? We have the rose gold, we have the yellow gold, and we have the green. So I think what they're doing here is kind of like their precious metal theme. Rose, Rolex has their own rose and their own yellow, and then obviously green is Rolex green. I guess that's steel, if you want to say that. Made in France. And yeah, let's get straight into the unboxing. So just like we expected, we have the rose on the left, the gold in the middle, and the green on the right. So I'll say let's start with the green. From when I smelled it, the green is the freshest. So this is the most versatile scent in the lineup. The fragrance basically opens up with like crisp citrusy and bergamot vibes, you know, and then it settles, you know, to like a subtle wood and clean herbal accords. It's this kind of sporty, energetic personality. So I'm guessing this goes in line with their steel Rolexes, you know, like the Saabs and the Yachtmasters and the Daytonas. So it's kind of like fresh spirit, fresh, active, you know, it's something you can wear every day. Then we go to the yellow gold. So the yellow gold is the boldest and richest fragrance in my opinion. It's bright citrus, you know, the notes open up to like warm spices, aromatic herbs. It's kind of like a deeper wood accords. So timeless here, you know, it's okay. It's much classic like the, I guess, the Day-Date yellow gold, you know. And then we have my favorite, which is the rose. So this is the most elegant and refined of the three. So right away you're greeted with this soft floral warm rose notes. So it's a subtle sweetness that feels luxurious and quite overpowering. I prefer this one as well, especially how it grows on my skin for second basis. So classic modern, perfect for evening wear, I would say. But that's my favorite. And yeah, those were the colognes. Now let's get into the watch itself. Okay, nothing to see yet, just the receipt. I think it was around 9,998 Great British pounds, 10,000 pounds. And yeah, on the case here we have the Oyster M Eco, so oyster steel, and we have this Rolex new green box, which is quite cool. And standard unboxing, we have the box, we have the watch, we have the swing tags, and we have the warranty card, and we also have the manual service booklet and a pillow. But these are standard Rolex unboxing. Let's get straight into the watch itself. Yeah, we have the manual here in terms of how to wind the watch, always good to have. And we have the service booklet and warranty card, which is always good to keep. Try not to misplace that. And the swing tags as well. So this is what you call a full set box and papers. Now look at that dial, very beautiful. I love the fact that it's dark green ombre, goes with anything. You could pass as black. Still have some stickers here on the clasp, you know, because that scratches easily. And I would just say this watch is beautiful, man. You can't go wrong with the Datejust 41. So featuring this iconic fluted bezel, as you can see, is with the Jubilee bracelet. I think that's the best combination for the two design elements that have become quite synonymous with the Datejust collection. I mean, the oyster bracelet is good, but matching with the fluted bezel, it's a preference. I also have a oyster bracelet separately that I could add to that, but I don't do that. Dome bezel as well. I think dome goes with oyster and Jubilee goes with fluted. That's just the best way to wear it. So comparing this to my OP41, as you can see, that has a dome bezel and that has an oyster bracelet. Very different. That is more sporty. And we have on the right the fluted bezel and the Jubilee bracelet, more dressy, more fancy, more dinner-esque kind of vibe. And here we have the Wimbledon joining this lineup of watches. So we have the OP on the left, we have the Ombre in the middle, and we have the Wimbledon on the right. Now the Wimbledon does actually have Roman numerals in green, so it depends on your preference. So would you like something more sporty on the left with the OP, something more dressy in the middle with the Ombre dial, or a slate gray dial with the Wimbledon? In the comments, let me know which of these three would be your pick. But the main comparison here is the two Datejusts, Ombre on the left, Wimbledon on the right. I think they go really well together. I think they could both be an everyday piece. Mainly the Wimbledon a bit more everyday because of that slate dial and that beautiful green Roman numeral. But this Ombre dial is quite striking and it appears black sometimes. So that could also make it a contender for an everyday piece. Regardless, it's such a beautiful dial. I think if you want something more striking, go with the Ombre. So beautiful, classic, new. If you want something that has been around for a long time, has some history to Wimbledon tennis court, then go Wimbledon on the right. But you can't go wrong with these two. In my opinion, I think these are the two best Datejust dial out there. And third should be the mint green Datejust. So let me know in the comments, guys, which would you go for? Would you go for the Ombre on the left, or would you go for the Wimbledon on the right? You could clearly see the Ombre is quite more flashy because it's brand new and the Wimbledon has never been polished before. And yeah, anyways, thanks guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, put some comments down. Let me know what you think about this new Datejust, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.